Hi. Hmm. I hope Akio joins us because this is about his kid. Hey Akio, did you notice the title? Hmm. One moment. Okay. Hmm. It's been a while since I spoke about Eli and Emma. Hmm. True that now let's probably get around to the basis. Oh no. Bones seems to be going on and out again. Have to keep it on a bit. This happens sometimes. Basically, he's the gist of it. They will be born sometime after the epilogue of Eli. I mean, after the epilogue of Paper Mario series. I'm sure they have a date for them. I just haven't checked it in a while. I will. Oh, hey, Onyx. Hey, Onyx. Do you see what I put on the stage? Type in. And Archie did not name the two name Eli and Emma. He actually let Akio name them. Actually, because she she actually wanted to name her names were too complex for Akio because she was suggesting a California name, but once she mentioned her full name, Akio was so confused that he couldn't even understand what she was saying. Even Atlas doesn't even know what Archie's full name is. Let's just say her full name is a secret. So Archie decided to let Akio name it. Ironics, I'm going to process it for you. Do you see it? Hmm. Now, there is actually one event that actually happened during Akuru's adventure in Caroline, actually. Something that hasn't yet to happen since, since that hasn't been continued. That will be the fact that this will take place in the future when both kids, teenagers or something, probably somewhere between teenagers and preteens, they will steal a TARDIS and go back in time to the Aguilar's Caroline event and then get stuck in the past. There's basically two older versions of Aguilar and Archie's kids running around in the universe lost in time. That would be the whole. That is what Eli and Emma's. And the irony is they can't return back to Gallifrey because, ironically, the the passage to Gallifrey comes and goes. It was designed by Atlas once. He returned Gallifrey. Atlas made sure to design it perfectly so that to prevent any of Gallifrey's enemies from getting to Gallifrey. Made sure that it was near impossible. You had to get the timing just right. It also helps that the twins' TARDIS took on the form. It also helped that the twins accidentally broke the return home creature. Basically, they kind of broke the TARDIS a bit. They're practically stuck. They don't even have a license. They don't even have a license to operate a TARDIS. So you can guess how that ended. They kinda broke it. And he's the even more funny thing. Eli and Emma has no idea that their future kids are stuck in the past. E- That's the whole thing about the twin that when of Eli and Emma's adventures. These adventures will have cameos of 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 Teen Star Wars warriors of Akira's team. But he's the irony, they won't be the main characters. They will just be background characters. Usually, this is just, it will be cameos. Little small cameos. Like Stan Lee. Hmm, hmm. But I haven't figured out what adventure shall they start up. And they do make cameos on Akira's own adventure, though. Series. Only in the background, like hiding behind some books. Literally, the only one that knows about is Atlas. And Atlas doesn't hide things from Singe, so he tells her. But Atlas does make it clear to Singe that if he that if she ever poses a threat, that if she ever says anything about it, Atlas will do what must be done. He will even erase the memory of what he said to Sense personally. And Sense knows when Atlas is serious, he's serious. Atlas doesn't usually use that warning. And when he does, it's terrifying. Considering Atlas used the same technique to protect Maggie's memories by literally stripping her memories away. But what Atlas was fighting Sense to do was erasing the memory. What he told her. Sense understood Atlas he wasn't mad or anything. He wasn't even threatening. He was being cautious. It was because Atlas knows that if Akio and Archie ever met their future kids, it would cause a paradox. And paradoxes are something that Atlas knows must never happen. It would destroy the whole universe. Let's just say it's this is why Atlas is cautious. He's just trying to protect the time stream. That's all I have on. That's all I have. I have. This is just the base lore of them. Most of it, most of the lore will gather over time. Of course, future Akio. Oh, I feel it. Hey Akio. Do you remember? Oh, hey Akio. Do you remember how I basically designed what? Hey Felix. Do you know that how I managed to find a way to set apart future Akio from basically his present self? Simple. I gave Akio a beard. Do you remember that, Akio? He literally had a purple beard. Future Akio. I had to make. I knew that Archie will probably remain mostly the same. Was thinking about giving Archie a bit of eyeshadow, but not sure how. Hmm. But I knew I had to make sure that no one would confuse if rich is rich. I used to say such a character that I have on my document for you and just added a beard. That's basically all you do it. Keep accurate the same, just put on beard. Hmm. Hmm. Now, so when now let's probably talk about when Akio first arrived on Gallifrey. He learned that the humans are not exactly well liked on Gallifrey, and that Akio had to face a bit of discrimination because he was not because he's not even a triangle. But Archie also learned that no one dares challenge the House of Lumber. That even if someone tried to discriminate against us, thank you! Thank you. Oh, it's Hawks. Not so much. Hey, Akio, it's like up dog. It's kind of like up dog, guys. Mm. I'm trying to. I'm waiting for someone to say what's up, dog. The shield. Anyone could be a hero. Sure, a shield. That's to do with magic. What's up, Doc? Like, sake of the ones he loved, lumps it away, cousin that. Don't lose heart, rise up. Why, he. Hmm. Hey, Joshua. Hey, Joshua. Go to StreamYard. I have set it in the private chat, see? Hmm? I know. I know it's Joshua Smith. He's a friend. Hmm. Hmm. I do hope that we get others to join. Hey, Joshua, I think, yeah, I think we need. I haven't seen Diego come and to the streams of late due to him being in school. Who else is waiting for Diego to release the next part of his Princess Peach showdown? Showdown. Wait, I actually know a and he's the interesting part, Felix. One of the main characters is actually my uncle, the doctor. Yeah, my uncle is a well. You all know you all are aware of who the doctor is. Now, hmm, I'm actually wondering how Atlas and Felix will react after they learn that playing by Michelle has two mothers and that she was born from a loom, like most Thanos are. Wait, Atlas will be shocked for the first time. Wait, what? Hmm. Also, a big surprise that one of Atlas's counterparts fell in love with with a alter version of Atlas fell in love, which is Elijah, fell in love with her best friend, Faith. It's a lot. Wait. So you're telling me you have two mothers, and one of them is basically my doppelganger? Atlas will, yeah. Atlas will suddenly just burst out laughing. Whole the universe. So, what is my female counterpart like? Atlas will ask about his Hey, Felix, Atlas will ask, hey, Michelle, so what is my female counterpart like? And Elijah will be referred as mum, because, British, Doctor Who, nephew, niece, all the universe. And Michelle will be referred as mother. I mean, Faith will be referred as, let me guess. My counterpart is referred as mum. And Felix's counterpart, Faith, I believe her name was, is m- mom. Right? So, and last time I checked, hmm, says says the says the kid who's dating my sister and who's forced to be one of his father's enemies. And Michael got a bit. Atlas basically roasted Michael on that. Says the guy who has a bunch of girlfriends that's basically older than him. Ooh, but I heard someone got burned. Oh, dang. And Solomon just shows up. But Michael doesn't understand what is Atlas and Freya's beef with each other. He knows the siblings. He knows Freya was born before Atlas, but he doesn't understand the beef between them. What? I'm only speaking the truth. Usually it's me who buns. It's usually me who roasts people. Like how useless your father is when it comes to his children. Hi! And Felix really he just got roasted by Sullivan again for the fifth time this week. Sullivan has a habit of roasting Felix a lot. And when Felix realizes he gets roasted, he gets sulky. Hi! What? At least in $2 off. It's pretty, and the size difference. At least I don't have a big hairline. Ooh! Sullivan likes to mess with Felix by just roasting him. Felix really does not like it when he gets roasted. But Atlas finds it funny. But Sullivan even finds a way to roast Darkeye. Even though Darkeye can see out one of his eyes, Darkeye Darkeye has a tendency to literally explode every time he gets roasted. At least none of us is short as At least none of us is as short as Darkeye. Ooh, he just went there. At least none of us is literally a dwarf like Darkeye. Uh, and the Dark Tiger siblings will always laugh every time when Sullivan roasts Darkeye. Because Darkeye can't exactly do anything to Sullivan. Because there's a high risk that if he destroys Sullivan, he could destroy himself. This is the whole thing. Darkeye is afraid to die, and so he has no choice but to let Sullivan live. This is the whole thing with Darkeye, is that Sullivan's basically his anchor, the source of his life. And so by technicality, Darkeye can't do anything to Atlas's older brother. If he does, he dies. It's pretty funny. This is why Sullivan's group. Hey Felix, this is why Sullivan's group will not face that many zombies. But they will still face zombies, but not a whole lot. Not that they want, but your life, but Darkeye once possessed Sullivan years ago. So by technicality, Sullivan's life is still linked to that of Sullivan's. There are examples of this link because every time when Sullivan gets hurt, Dorka gets a scar on his body. While Sullivan is a-okay, Dorka isn't. He has so many scars from every time Sullivan gets hurt. The irony is Sullivan doesn't feel the pain at all. Really, boss? Might I remind you about what happened when Sullivan stubbed his toe? You were in pain for days. Or how about the time he at Sullivan pick up a gimpy gimp plant? The one with those thousand thorns and in his sleeves. You were the pain was excruciating for you. And Darker really does not like to admit that he messed up. Literally. Darker doesn't want to admit the truth that when it comes to Atlas, he messed up. When it comes to Sullivan, Darker hates to admit the fact that he basically too messed up big time. This is why Sullivan will be the one to save Vivi instead of Atlas and the others. But here's the irony. Due to the fact that Dorkai, due to the fact Sullivan wears a blindfold, Dorkai has no idea where Sullivan is. Sullivan is Dorkai's is a blind spot. And it's due to that blindfold of Sullivan. Because it blocks Dorkai's vision. Because, a pair of half of Sullivan's eye basically is the one eye that Dorkai can see out of. Observation hockey. But Sullivan wears the blindfold. I should probably post some image of Sullivan without the blindfold. Oh, they. Going to probably have to end the stream early, guys. Bye, everyone. Bye, Felix, Joshua, and Akio.